Are you willing to choose you above all else? Hi, I'm Glenyce Hughes, and I get to travel this beautiful planet of ours, facilitating people in creating their dreams come true. Truly, I am so incredibly grateful for this magical life and living. Oh my goodness. So, are you willing to choose you above all else? Now, this is a really kind of intense question. Like, oh my gosh, no, if you've got kids or family or, there's all sorts of things out there that tell us that everyone else should be more valuable than us. And that's not it at all. It really is looking at, do you give yourself up to make other people happy, to fit in, to have friends? There's a quote, and I don't actually have all the words, and I'm going to actually make a video with just the quote because it's been around in my mind for a few days now. And it's something like, the person you're becoming is going to lose friends and going to, have to say goodbye to things and spaces and all this stuff. And it's basically, and choose that person anyway. Like, yes, as we continue to grow and choose differently and not have the same limitations that we did and not play with the same crazy that we did, there's going to be things in our life and living that go away, including people. So as many of you know, I'm no longer a certified facilitator with Access Consciousness. And so there's some people in Access Consciousness that I would have called, my friend. Now there's friends. There's many of them that, yes, are still my friends and they have no point of view about what I'm choosing or not choosing. And that's awesome. That's, to me, what a friend is. And then there's some who aren't that way. There's some who I'm going to say I've lost. Now that's a really, dramatic way to say it, but that are not happy with what I chose. What I'm choosing doesn't work for them. What I'm choosing possibly is a bit of a poke in the eye. And so then instead of looking at their stuff with that, it's I'm wrong and I'm bad and I must be excluded, which truly is so irrelevant to me at this point, and I'm so grateful for that, because honestly, I will tell you, there would have been a time that would have been a huge part of my choosing. That would have been me looking at, okay, who would I lose if I chose this and not chose it because I might lose people that I somehow valued more than myself and my happiness? I know it sounds insane, and I also know that many of you can relate. How do I know? 20 plus years of coaching people. I know how many of us operate. I know that a lot of us, especially with friends, for some reason, really put them above us. And for me, unfortunately, in the past, it has taken someone really, really choosing something that goes against, or against what I know to be true or what is true for me to actually acknowledge that they're not my friend, or they're, were never my friend, or were just, needed something from me and so acted a certain way to get it, and I mean all that crazy, and then for me to be able to choose beyond it. And at this point, the reason that I'm celebrating this is that I'm not there anymore. I'm aware of what people are choosing with it, and I'm celebrating me in still choosing me with that. So when we talk about, are you willing to choose you above everything and everyone, that is, to me, such a huge energy to really live our life. Because if we're choosing for other people, which I did for so long and still do in some ways, I am no way perfect by it. This is what goes on, is that then we get resentful, we get mad, we feel rejected when they don't choose for us. Like, there's all this crazy, instead of just going, hey, what works for me? Oh, this is what works for me. Okay, cool. And choosing it without all the drama and trauma in there. So just wanted to invite you to look at that for yourself and really consider where you could be choosing maybe more for you, in a place and in a way that really contributes. So I'm not talking about, doing it against somebody or any of that, but really looking at what is true for you and how that might fit in your everyday life. How you could be that in your everyday life. I forgot to mention, I am in the Florida Keys. I know I'll say this incorrectly, Isla Medora and this resort is called Drop Anchor. It's beautiful here. Our little walkout suite is just over there. I'll do a little video so you guys can see it. It's so beautiful. The Florida Keys are so beautiful. Oh my goodness. So now, November 8th, I am doing a free call about imposter syndrome. Yes. And then in January, I've got a 5-week program starting about imposter syndrome. So if you want that information, it's above or below. Would love to have you come and play. Have a great week, sweet friends. I look forward to chatting again next week.